and taxi drivers are thus warned against exploiting passengers and to adhere to the set health protocols. The Namibia Bus and Taxi Association has warned taxi drivers of taking advantage of passengers by overcharging them, further asking that drivers make use of the COVID-19 protective material they've been given.
We have lost a lot. So now, anyway, while we are now still negotiating with the government to see what is that can be done in order to at least recover or to assist our operators, we want to encourage our operators to adhere to the rules and regulations, which is very important, to load to the full capacity but not overloading, and to make sure that we charge the price, because the price now has gone back to normal, as we have agreed with the government when we requested for this increment. And again, to make sure that health protocols has been adhered to. So that is very, very important. And we appreciate also the effort from the government through our partnership with GIZ, that they see to it that it's necessary to help to protect lives in the public transport sector by giving us sanitizing and disinfecting material. So it is going to be given free of charge, as you have witnessed it. And we just want to encourage our transport operators and drivers to make use of the sanitizing material and disinfecting material, wear the mask at all time, and also the customers. And we are encouraging our customers as well that we should refrain from unnecessary quarreling with the drivers. They must, whenever they have got questions or query, they must ask so politely. All of us, we are affected by COVID-19, being the passengers or drivers, but we are appealing for peace.
The update was given on Tuesday, where the Minister of Justice clarified the return to full loading capacity for the public transport sector.
Purposes of this update, only a number of regulations have been amended. The one on public gatherings, which has increased the number of people that can gather from 50 to 200. That's the first one. The second one that has changed is the announcement that relates to, I believe, transport. Again, and maybe just to take on the issue about fares, I'm guessing, Denver, that if the carrying load has been adjusted to mean that taxis and public transport can carry the full capacity, that they will probably have to revert to what was ordinarily applicable in terms of the fares. I'm guessing that is the kind of adjustment that would be made. That only makes sense, Your Excellency, because the idea behind increasing, for example, the fares was because we had reduced the number of people that were being carried in that particular vehicle. So it was important maybe at that time to make the adjustment. But it will then have to be readjusted to be in line with what is ordinarily applicable.
Although the country has experienced a significant drop in new cases and deaths, members of the public are urged to continue exercising care against the virus.
With our range of girls' dresses from only $79.95. Comfortable, colorful, and perfect for sunny days. Find your favorite summer style from $79.95. Only at Ackermans.
All I really want this season, la 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 la, is to win a brand new buggy. La 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 la. At OK, they've got all the savings. La 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 la. Come to OK, fill your trolley. La 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 la. And you could win a buggy too. 10 buggies up for grabs.
OK, owners you can count on.
Rehoboth residents are unhappy with the lack of development of the town. Activists from the Block E informal settlement in the town wrote a petition to the Rehoboth Town Council to express their concerns. activist and independent candidate for the Rehoboth Urban East constituency, Claudius Agap, expressed his concern regarding the slow pace of development in the town and handed over a petition to the town council on behalf of the disgruntled community members.
The immediate reasons for the petition was or is still erasing gender-based violence, sexual harassment. So in our community here in Rehoboth, even over the weekend, there's lots of violence taking place. So we have to fight these things. So the only way to get us out of poverty is by uplifting household incomes. So that's where we want our concentration to be, because we are landless. We don't own any land at all. So there is no way we can stand up economically well in our houses. Majority of the community in Block E right here is where the people, we don't eat the 3 meals per day which we are supposed to eat, only maybe 1 meal per day. And according to Sustainable Development Goals, Goal 1, end hunger and poverty. That is, we have to end it in 2030, but as it is going on now, it's not going to end. So my aim is to get agricultural land on the riverside so we can start to produce our own food, because Namibia have been, for the past 30 years, been importing more than the half of its food produced from the neighboring country. So my aim is to get us out of that.
Gregory Lowe, a youth activist, said that it is clear that Rehoboth has been neglected by the government for the past 30 years.
The problem of Rehoboth and its leadership is that nothing in these 13 years has happened, which is clearly visible. I don't need to say what's wrong, but it's clearly visible where there is non-recreational programs being provided to the population at large, which includes the youth at large, because us as the youth are the future leaders of tomorrow. Secondly, when we talk about infrastructures, us as youth don't have that benefit when we talk about VDCs, when you talk about local SMEs parks, when you talk about community halls. We as Rehoboth residents have been seriously neglected with human basic rights. We've stated that no one is in line with land, no one does benefit from provisions provided by clean water, as said in Human Rights Act, and no one is benefiting from any source of government projects in Rehoboth. And as I said, it's not something that I can point fingers on. It's something which is visible, that everyone has noticed that Rehoboth has been neglected in these 13 years.
Lowe further said that the community is deprived of information and technology, as they only have one existing library in the town.
The top, that's where we all aiming to be the top guitar, top company, to be at all the top grooves, to feel those top sensations. We all want to be at the top of our game, no? Earning the top dollar, men say, yeah, the top, with top score. Because for us, there's no braai unless it's a top braai, with some top chicken drumsticks on the grill. And there's no pub unless it's top score, cooked at top speed, with the top taste, the top aroma, the top texture. You know what I mean. The top, that's where we all aiming. And that's where Top Score takes us. Top Score, a proud product of Namib Mills.
Imagine opening your Nedbank account anywhere, anytime by simply taking a selfie. Introducing Identity Today, a platform which enables you to open your Nedbank account, scan the Nedbank QR code with your smartphone camera, and immediately follow the instructions on the link that will open up in your web browser. Follow the simple steps to complete the account opening online form. Have your identity card or passport ready. Take a selfie and send it to us, and your new Nedbank account will be opened and confirmed in 3 minutes or less. Visit www.nedbank.com.na to shift your account to Nedbank today. Nedbank. See money differently.
The Ministry of Environment, Forestry and Tourism announced that the wildfire, which appeared to have ravaged a large chunk of the Etosha National Park, is being suppressed to a manageable level and poses no threat to the wildlife and vegetation. MEFT spokesperson Romeo Muyunda told Today on One that the images of burned livestock and damaged private property all over social media are exaggerated and have no relation to the wildfire in the Etosha National Park.
The Ministry of Environment, Forestry and Tourism has taken note of concerns regarding the fire in the Etosha National Park, and mostly these concerns are that the fire is destructive, and we have seen pictures that have been circulating all around social media showing a very destructive picture of that fire. However, we want to clarify that the fire wasn't destructive, and during the time that it has burned, there haven't been any destruction to property, nor wildlife was harmed.
Muyunda says the fire was allowed to spread purposely to ensure the biodiversity consisting of plant and animal communities are maintained within set targets.
The fire was actually very small by the time it entered the park. But our decision was to let it burn so that we allow for new vegetation to also grow back. We should also emphasize that the vegetation, people are worried that perhaps the entire vegetation was burned. There is still vegetation in that area for animals to feed on, sufficient vegetation.
The MEFT is calling on the public to refrain from posting exaggerated images on social media as it causes unnecessary panic. He also added that due to extremely hot weather conditions, more wildfires will be spotted in some areas. The public should, however, not panic, as the MEFT will ensure that the fires are put out quickly enough to avoid major damages.
I'm in a meeting.
Hi, everyone.
Oh, hi.
Hi. Okay, let's get right into it. Can we talk about the Q2 fiscal report? Ricardo, what do you have for us?
Thanks, Pewa. Well, it's clear we're feeling the economic headwinds. Profits have leveled and we're...
First place!
Sorry, guys, it's my dad.
Did you hear? I'm in first place. And I just broke the lap record.
Dad? I'm a bit busy here.
Oh.
Okay. Where?
Oh, sorry.
2020 just got crazier in a good way. You can now enjoy fast, reliable, and uncapped internet at 25 megabits per second with SpeedLink Light Plus at crazy prices starting from as little as 898 Namibian dollars. Telecom Namibia.
Sharing your world.
The Namibia Dance Sport Academy will be hosting the Global Dance Supreme Qualifiers from the 1st to the 3rd of November 2020. The 3-day event will be used to select the national team to represent Namibia in the Global Dance Supreme Intercontinental Online Championship, slated to take place in Johannesburg, South Africa from the 26th to the 29th of November 2020. 3 dancing categories, including the National Championship category, will be used to select the team to represent Namibia at intercontinental level. Interested parties are therefore called upon to register online, as the events will be virtual due to COVID-19.
The Global Dance Supreme Namibia Online Qualifiers competition, through the endorsement of Dance Sport Namibia, that's the National Federation for Dancing, will hosting the Namibia qualifiers online competition that's from the 1st until the 3rd of November. So it will be online, where we are planning to select the national team that will represent Namibia online.
Following the non-participation in the competition in 2019 due to xenophobia outbreaks in South Africa, Dance Sport Namibia President Venantius Rukero is calling for new dancers to apply for this year's event. Apart from the online competition, Dance Sport has also been touring the regions to mobilize information about Dance Namibia.
Now, last year, we select a national team of 16 dancers and a crew of 5. So we could not manage to travel to South Africa due to the fact of the, the xenophobia that was taken last year, September. So most of the countries we pull out. Yes, so we were supposed to be competing this year. But now this year it's online because due to the fact of COVID-19. So we have a team of last year, but we open call again for any dancers to submit videos. We are planning at least to have like 2 to 3 teams from Namibian side. Yes, if they're available. But because we know there are so many. Yeah, but because we need to make it free and fair for everyone. That's why we're calling upon everyone to submit their videos. Until so far, nothing had been taking place through the dance sport because most of the sports go to us. Totally cut off, stop. Yeah. So the service applies of dance sport Namibia. It's only now we are traveling to the regions to mobilize the regions in the community.
Rukero confirmed to Today on One Sports Desk that so far no videos have yet been received, but is confident that more entries will be received before the due date, which is the end of October 2020.
It takes a special team of people to keep the country shining. NamPower is proud of the dedicated men and women who go the extra mile to power the nation. Power Pride, brought to you by NamPower.
My name is Laban Jenja, and I'm the manager for the Van Eck Power Station. I've been with NamPower for 13 years now. I started off as an apprentice, fitter and tenor, and through that I obtained my N6, my National Technical Diploma. I went further, studied for an engineering degree, where I obtained a BTech. I went further and I got a full-time employee bursary from NamPower. Then I went to study my BS Honours in Technology Management. I also finished my Masters. And then I went further and actually got a study loan from NamPower, where I completed my Masters in Business Administration, the MBA. So as you can see that I've been empowered by NamPower throughout the years, and I've grabbed all these opportunities to my fullest. Coming from my background, one of my parents not having a stable financial background, so it's a blessing. I'm returning the same favor to my core employees. I'm doing that also to the community out there, to the youth, to educational institutions.
NamPower, powering the nation and beyond.
In other leading story, the Ministry of Health and Social Services announced that since the Minister for Immigration has granted permission for specified categories of travellers to enter into Namibia as per Regulation 8, no further approval for entry into Namibia is required from the Ministry of Health and Social Services. However, quarantine and other requirements still apply to specified categories of travellers as follows. Amongst others, all travellers, including tourists, business travellers and all Namibians and permit holders who arrive in Namibia with a negative PCR test result that is not older than 72 hours will be permitted to proceed to their final destination in the country. The requirement for mandatory 5-day retest has been withdrawn. All travellers who arrive in Namibia with a negative PCR test result that is older than 72 hours but not older than 7 days will be permitted to enter the country. However, they will be required to undergo 7 days supervised quarantine at home or tourism facility. In the event that these environments do not fulfill quarantine at government-approved facilities at own cost, non-Namibians who do not present a negative COVID-19 PCR test result will not be granted entry into the country. Returning Namibian citizens or permit holders may enter the country with or without a COVID-19 PCR test result. In the event such persons present a positive test result or no result at all, they will be subjected to mandatory quarantine and testing or isolation upon arrival. This provision shall also apply to aircraft and marine vessel crew members, humanitarian aid workers, essential service providers, as well as operators and drivers of cross-border transport vehicles who arrive in the country without the requisite test. To speed up the process and avoid overcrowding at the borders, a risk factor for COVID-19 transmission, the Chief Health Officer has authorized all regional directors to approve quarantine requests for all persons permitted entry into Namibia who are entering through ports of entry in the respective regions in line with the provisions and requirements of the regulations. All quarantine application forms are available on the Ministry's website.
Welcome to Comments Corner, your daily dose of local comments from the hottest social media pages. Olsen Kahiriri, in a one-on-one interview with Today on One, explains that he always had ideological differences with the Popular Democratic Movement President McHenry Vanani while he was at the party. He stated that the reason he chose the Landless People's Movement over PDM is that the LPM tells the truth. Marta said politics is like a game of football where you support your team without hating others for supporting their teams. Zaza said that Kahiriri is an intelligent individual but lacks patience. He advises him to rather rally behind the ELPM leader and not to run for any positions for now. Kenneth said Kahiriri awaits his time to come as it is in life. Andrew said Kahiriri is confused and no longer knows what is best for himself. Kwabulwa said Kahiriri has no plan but has an interest in football. Sunday said the president's ego has nothing to do with his move to LPM. Amukwaya said that Kahiriri is really trying. Simon said we will soon hear from the LPM leader on this. Angola said Kahiriri has gone from the bank to unions and from unions now to politics. And that is all from Comments Corner. Be sure to post your comments on our social media pages for broadcast every day only on Today on One.
Enjoy these fantastic payday savings at Clicks until 4 November. Buy Nivea Shower Gel 500 mils 2 for $81. Buy Clicks 2-ply toilet paper 18 rolls $89.99. Buy Pampers New Baby or Baby Dry Disposable Nappies Jumbo Pack, now $230.99 per pack. Or buy Protex Value Pack Bath Soap, 3 packs for $110. Clicks. Feel good. Pay less.
A look at the weather forecast. Heat wave conditions will continue over the weekend, so please to take the necessary precautions. The Namibia interior, partly cloudy and hot to very hot, with a few showers in the northwest, central plateau and southeast. The coast, partly cloudy and cool with fog patches at first, and the wind moderate northwesterly to southwesterly. Now we look at minimum and maximum temperatures across the country and beyond.
What a joy it is to be loved by you. My most precious gift, my guardian angel. I believe God sent you here to slow me down. So whatever it takes, I'ma keep you around, baby. I feel like I could conquer the world with you by my side. 'Cause of your unconditional love, baby, that is why you bring out the best in me. 'Cause you are the best, baby. And if I have to do it again, I'll still choose you, girl. You bring out the best in me. 'Cause you are the best, baby. Baby, girl, my life. And if you ever leave me, girl, I'll die. 'Cause I never had a love so pure. It's because of you, I'm sure. And with you by my side, girl, we can conquer the world. Baby, yeah, yeah, yeah. I feel like I could conquer the world with you by my side. 'Cause of your unconditional love, baby, that is why you bring out the best in me. 'Cause you are the best, baby. And if I had to do it again, I'll still choose